Hello everyone and welcome to another KeenGamer review. This time we have the GM300 wireless gaming mouse from GameSir. From a design perspective, the GM300 is filled with details that set it miles apart from your old regular looking mouse. While its top panel is fairly standard in that it features the RGB GameSir logo and mouse wheel along with a DPI button, it's only when you look at it sideways or from an angle is that you discover a whole different story. The top panel is actually not completely connected to the underside of the mouse, which gives it a totally unique look. Even the placement of the USB dongle goes in line with the design philosophy and is situated on a magnetically connected panel underneath the top panel of the mouse. While it might seem a bit bulky at first, it's actually quite compact, light and even modular in some aspects. The two large protruding pieces that you use to rest your thumb and pinky fingers are magnetic and can be replaced by ones that follow the lines of the mouse more closely. Additionally, if you find the mouse too light, you can add two magnetic weights, each coming in at 6.5 grams. Don't worry about them adding bulk to your mouse, as they are a perfect fit for the empty space beneath the mouse, once again showcasing the meticulous design philosophy. The two main buttons feature the Omron mechanical switches, which provide some feedback and produce a very satisfying clicky sound. Both sides of the mouse feature two additional buttons that you can customize for any purpose. This, coupled with the high modularity, makes the GM300 suitable for both left and right-handed people, which is an awesome addition to any mouse. The front side also features a USB-C port, so you can charge the mouse and use it in wired mode. The only small gripe is that the charger included in the package can be plugged into the mouse both ways due to its bulky shape, which defeats the purpose of having a USB-C port in the first place. The biggest concern when going for a wireless mouse is its performance and battery life, and the GM300 didn't disappoint in that regard. When talking about the performance, the mouse uses GameSir proprietary Agility X wireless technology, along with a tracking sensor with up to 16,000 dpi. This means you can make the mouse as fast and precise as you need it to be, and you'll experience no latency of any kind. You do get some micro jitters, as you can't adjust the lift-off distance, which is an option that you get in some of the competitor mice. We did some testing around and the mouse still performed admirably across multiple games, so you won't really notice much of a difference unless you were competing at a pro level. When talking about a battery, it's much better than expected, as we managed to use the mouse for 7 full days before needing to recharge it. This entailed a heavy combination of gaming and productive work. While this can be reduced depending on the type of game you're playing, the sensitivity, pooling rate and the RGB settings, you'll definitely be able to use it for a fairly good amount of time without needing to worry about running out of juice. Even then, you can expect to go wireless again in no time, as it takes just 2 hours to get the mouse to being fully charged. With the GM300 being a gaming mouse, GameSir put some effort into creating a small piece of software with which you can customize your mouse experience. Appropriately named G-Core, the software gives you plenty of options. There are of course the basic ones like changing your mouse sensitivity, pooling rate, pointer speed and ACC. And then there are the options to customize each and every button on the mouse, record macro button combinations and of course change the RGB lighting to your liking. The mouse doesn't go overboard on the RGB, with only the GameSir logo and the mouse wheel featuring the pretty lights. This goes a long way in terms of battery conservation, but cuts down on the amount of customization options, as there are no lightning zones and you can't individually customize different RGB elements. You can, however, choose from a few lighting modes, adjust the brightness and set the timer on how long do you want it to stay turned on once the mouse is idle. While there is a good amount of options here, the software is missing one basic thing: the information on the remaining battery life. This resulted in a couple of cases where the mouse ran out of battery just as I would start an extended gaming session, which I would then have to quit or pause in order to plug it into the PC. In conclusion, the GM300 is a serious wireless gaming mouse. While you might not get a second sensor to detect liftoff or more robust RGB options, what you do get is a perfect blend of flashy and low-key, with a unique design, great battery life, and excellent performance in all your PC-related activities. While it probably won't be your first choice if you're heavy into the competitive side of gaming, for everything else, at a price point of measly $50, the GM300 is an absolute steal.